A creative journey, I think, is something that belongs to everybody, not just a creative, because I think that all human beings are fundamentally creative. One of the interesting things about being an artist is just, first of all, the lack of confidence that either your family or society has around whether you'll make it as an artist. So this idea of not being able to sustain yourself as an artist is a real question. But I think that, the sector in Kenya and in East Africa generally is developing. It's becoming a little bit more, diverse. So I sit at the moment in a space where I'm sitting in administration and management in the area of the creative sector. So that's an area of risk, because how do you find money to pay an administrator or a manager within the creative sector? An artist often finds themselves to be a kind of a one-man band. You're doing everything. And I find that sometimes with technology, these challenges of finding a manager, finding an administrator, finding the accountant can be mitigated to some extent. So this idea of self-sustaining, self-sufficiency has many levels. One is at the creative level. Are your creative juices still happening? How do you refresh those? But another is also at the question of, are you sustaining yourself? Are you earning a livelihood in the process? Are you able to pay your bills? Are you making money? Are you creating things that the market likes or not? Are you connecting? Are you visible? Are you loved? Do you have a following? The success is the marathon, not the dash. If you sort of have that magic triangle of the thing that you've made is recognized by your peers, other creatives, and is recognized by critics and the wider community, then I think you're sitting in that kind of sweet spot of having made something that will be well received. Creative hubs or anything, any creative endeavor, it's a journey. Experiment as much as possible, but be strategic in your experimentation, which means think back, reflect, ask yourself questions. If you can articulate the why, then you're one step forward. Why do you want to do it? What difference do you think this will make by you doing it? Are you creating more opportunity for other creatives? Are you expanding some creative expression that you feel passionate about? What change or what difference will that make, and to whom? So this has been, I think, an ongoing challenge for us, because the online space is changing so quickly, so you also need to catch up with it. But then I think the other thing that is offering us, and particularly over the pandemic time, was that you needed to take programming online now very deliberately. So again, how do you take an exhibition online? An exhibition that typically artists would have had audiences coming to, being able to buy work, being able to engage the artist. How do you take that online? How do you create a space where you can have a similar kind of communication and engagement as you did physically, but also are there new opportunities? The digital space, I think, has done is it makes that community member, that audience member, that friend, that follower, right there. They can comment right away. And I think that what the digital space and the digital tools and opportunities that we're seeing are helping us appreciate is that each one of us can exercise that creativity. You're now finding that a larger segment of the population, in fact, every young person who can pick up a phone or whatever, is exercising that ability to make a small movie, to tell their story, to so-called create content. And I think that is interesting. I don't know what that means for the future. So what does it mean that you've got 7 billion artists rather than 700,000 artists? This picture is just beginning to unfold, and I think it's really exciting, because I think it's going to shift some of the kind of frameworks within which we organize art, make art, sell art, and say art is. And that for me is something that I probably won't be around to see, but I think that will be one of the big shifts. That this thing perhaps will not be a commodity that is particular to a so-called gatekeeping art world, but that you have engagements that are very much communal engagements.